But we start first here at 6 o'clock with a visit to Indianapolis for Vice President Kamala Harris. She spoke at the Indiana Convention Center today.
Yeah, Harris delivered what sounded more like a campaign speech to thousands of members of the Zeta Phi Beta sorority and set the tone for what is looking like a definitive presidential campaign. Thunderous cheers as Vice President Kamala Harris appeared on the stage at the Indiana Convention Center.
Well, let me tell you something. When I am president of the United States,
Harris minced no words, laying out her goal and how she sees herself in the future.
in this moment, I believe we face a choice between two different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, the other focused on the past.
Vice President Harris scheduled this appearance long before President Joe Biden announced that he was withdrawing from the 2024 presidential race. She used the opportunity to speak to thousands. She chose to highlight the accomplishments of the Biden-Harris administration while laying out her platform.
Ours is a vision of a future in which we realize the promise of America. And I deeply believe in the promise of America. A promise of freedom, opportunity, and justice. Not for some, but for all.
Additionally, Harris expressed the need for affordable health care for all, an effort to make sure no child grows up in poverty. The vice president pushed the notion of an economy working for working people, the reason she says the Biden-Harris administration forgave billions of dollars in student loan debt.
So I say, as we work to build a brighter future and to move our nation forward, we must also recognize there are those who are trying to take us backward.
Harris also warned about Project 2025, the conservative roadmap if the GOP wins the White House. She says the 900-plus page document outlines an assault on freedoms, including voting rights and civil rights.
This represents an outright attack on our children, our families, and our future. These extremists want to take us back, but we are not going back. We are not going back.
Harris stood at the podium for about 15 minutes and ended her remarks with a call to action in 3 words: to energize, organize, and mobilize. She urged those in her audience to get people in their circles to register to vote and to make sure they get to the polls.